Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. It is 5:07 p.m. The Finance Committee meeting will be held and started, and this meeting is being recorded.
Okay, thank you. Let's do roll call attendance. I'm not sure we absolutely have to, but we'll go through that. Art, present.
Karen DeMayo, present.
Terry, present.
David Murphy, present.
Okay, so we're missing a few members, and we may actually have a member or two show up for the second phase of the meeting with the select board. They may appear online. But for now, we'll go with our the members that we have. We've got a couple sets of minutes to look at very quickly. Correct, make sure I'm on the right page here. We've got March 29th, 2022. That was a set of minutes that had many votes on all the different departmental budgets. And I actually read it through completely one time and didn't notice anything that needed to be corrected, but that doesn't mean that I caught everything that was there.
And we have everybody was present at that, so we have enough people to vote on it. Over here, nobody can
There's
abstain.
another good question. We got yourself, myself.
Yep, we're all
Karen,
good. We're
and
good.
Dave. Okay.
Well, I know you took a crack at this. I took a crack at this. I think we're good with this. So
Do you want to make a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for March 29th minutes, 2022. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor. Art, aye.
Karen, aye.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
All right. Thank you.
Do we have to vote on the
4:12.
March 19th, the budget hearing meeting minutes?
Yes, we have this copy here. March, oh, I see, we got material on the back too, on this page. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so March 19th, 2022, that was our joint meeting on a Saturday with the select board. And again, I read these and I didn't see anything. Terry, you had a comment on something I saw. Is that be corrected already?
Yeah.
I added.
Yeah, I was just mentioning that I was remote on it. So.
And that's in there, or it was in wherever it was supposed to be?
Yep.
It's at the bottom of the
It is
page.
fixed.
Okay. All right, now have a motion to accept the March 19th, 2022 minutes joint meeting with select board.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor are aye.
Karen, aye.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
Okay. Very quickly here, and I think we may have more to. We have a document in our table mail about the Kubota tractor. This was the alternative to the tractor that Dave Sutton had looked at for snow plowing. It was suggested that he look at something a little more durable and commercial type. And sure enough, he came up with something that's a little heavier duty. And by the time he outfitted, it's just shy, it's $29,000 as opposed to, what was the original? request?
7,000.
7,000. So this is probably something we'll discuss with the select board when we get to the next phase of the meeting. You know, looking at this number, I'm not particularly excited about spending $30,000 even on a better piece of equipment, but let's see what,
See how it fits in with everything else.
yeah, let's see what happens in our discussion with the select board on that. What else we got? Also in that paperwork that we had on the table, we have the sewer budget. I'm on the sewer implementation committee, but that's a different operation.
different from what we've been looking at previously.
Public comments, so we have a visitor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Would you like to speak for public comment?
I was just curious why you don't do hybrid all the time and why today is.
We normally do hybrid meetings, but because we're having back-to-back meetings between different boards, it was going to be a very
A little
logistically
bit choppy.
difficult.
So are you moving over to the auditorium for the next part?
Yes.
And then
Is it-
back here?
We may come back here if the need arises.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I think that was in the.
we've got like,
I'm sorry, I didn't see.
yeah, we voted on all kinds of the big stuff, and then this is the little stuff like the moderator, I mean,
Yep.
$370
Yep.
is the budget, so.
Yeah, all of our meetings have been hybrid up. except
Yeah,
for
I
this.
know, that was curious.
And I'm sorry, can I just get your name and
Yeah,
address?
Diane Gale.
Okay,
And
Thank you.
All right,
before you
thank
leave,
you.
I'll need to get your address, please.
5 Point Road.
all right, so if we look at operations, it looks like their request is a decrease. And operations includes the agreement with the IMA, intermunicipal agreement with City of Westfield, pump stations and health insurance. So that's down a little bit. Richard, how are you? Oh, well, let's make some room for it. Okay, you make a note that Richard is here. Also, and you can be voting tonight because we're missing some members. Right now, we're looking at, in that paperwork, there's a sewer budget in there somewhere.
Just so everybody knows, we can't keep the door closed. It has to be.
Right.
But stay cooler in here anyway.
Yeah.
Feels good, thank you. Feels good.
And principal. So there was an increase in the principal,
No.
so that's on the debt, that's beyond anybody's control.
Yeah, that's preset at the beginning of the borrowing of the loan or whatever.
Right, principal goes up and interest goes down as the loan goes out further.
Yeah, so the only difference we're looking at here is the IMA City of Westfield, which is also, that's also like a debt item, I believe, which is
There's a schedule.
a schedule, yes, that's the term I was looking for. So that looks fairly straightforward, so I think we can vote on that unless anybody has more questions about it.
This, the sewer is separate from the sewer implementation committee?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
This is part of the bigger
Planning.
sewer department.
Okay.
All right, so can I have a
I'll
motion?
make a motion to, now I can't remember what I'm supposed to accept.
As requested,
As requested.
I'll
Requested
second.
by department.
I'll second it.
All those in favor are aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, I.
Okay. All right, the next item is the sewer implementation committee. This is a group of people that are kind of the intermediaries in between the select board and people in the community that have some questions about sewers, making connections and proposing various building projects in town. Typically, they come to the sewer implementation committee first and give a general presentation. And the sewer implementation committee will steer them hopefully in the right direction, either to the select board or perhaps they need to have some other activity before they approach the select board. I've been the representative from finance to the sewer implementation committee for several years, so we meet once or twice a year. There's nothing going on with sewers right now. The town was pretty active for a long time, but lately there's nothing going on with new sewers. So there's been very little activity, hence a very small budget.
All right. I'll make a motion to accept the budget requested by the department.
And I'll second it.
Any other conversation, discussion? All right, all those in favor are aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, I.
All right. We also have in this packet, Water Division.
We didn't do any of this before, huh?
Honestly, I don't remember with water.
Doesn't ring a
Employee
bell.
benefits, reserves, interest.
We did do the water commission, water division, and I have a hold.
All right, so that's a hold. And let's hold until we see the select
That
board
was
on that.
with them.
Okay?
Employee benefits, we don't really have any say in that.
Right, that's fixed. So we can vote on that. Have a motion to approve employee benefits as requested.
Okay,
Huh?
you gonna make the motion?
I think I like it when you do. 'Cause
Well-
I can pretend I'm Sheila.
It's easier for the minutes.
We
if
can
you just do it.
keep it
Oh,
consistent
okay,
for.
very good. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, this
Okay, all those in favor, Art, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
Aye, aye, aye. Got it.
All right. And the same stack of stuff is reserves, reserve fund. That has some consistency across the years. It's been tweaked a little bit back and forth. I don't recall off the top of my head. The 22 has originally 163,000, which is what it's been. And then it was modified to 156. I don't recall what the reason.
Those were all the reserve fund transfers that we've done throughout the year.
Okay.
So far, so, okay.
All right, okay.
So that's,
So that's basically, it's actually level funded.
yeah.
I'll make a reserve for wage negotiation. There's less, groups, unions that are in negotiation
Yes,
this year.
there's less.
So that's why that's down.
So you're made a motion to.
I'll make a motion to accept
Approve.
both of the reserve fund and the reserve for wage negotiations.
Okay, is there a second?
And I'll second it.
All those in favor, Art, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye?
Okay, interest, again, that's
That's what it is.
That's what
That's what it is. It is what it is.
Can we decline it and say no, we're not?
yeah, we can refuse to pay and, we'll end up in Springfield. We'll end up in Springfield somewhere.
They're going to
So,
confiscate the
I
building.
don't have that packet.
It's in your mail.
It's in the back of that, back where it says sewer, it's
This
in the
one?
back,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, it is. Thanks.
So we can probably do the interest and the principal together because it is what it is.
If you want to make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
Any other conversation, discussion, principal and interest as presented, requested. All those in favor, Art, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye?
David, aye.
All right. Okay, moving to the back to the budget book. We had, I think we got to, we stopped before we got the moderator. That coincide with our understanding. So we have the moderator budget, which is minimal, there's little increase for operations. We have a new moderator. I believe Celeste indicated she wanted to do a little more conference and travel in terms of understanding the job. Person before her was in that job for 10 or 15 years. So he had it down pretty well, but she wanted to do a little more education on the position.
I'll make a motion to go with the request.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye?
David, aye.
Okay. All right, select board. They're looking for an increase in hired service.
wasn't that to look for the fire chief? Replace the fire chief.
Where are you looking?
Yeah, there's a note below the select board operations line items. It says increase to accommodate hired service. Fire command staff recruitment to fill anticipated vacancy. So
I
our
don't think they
chief,
could
our chief is leaving, I think sometime in the summer. His position will be filled and there could be an expense to fill.
to broadcast, or to
Position.
advertise and to look at people, look for people to fill.
So this is more of a hiring procedure is what you're saying?
I thought that's what it was, yeah.
Well, I think it is part of it. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I may have been,
So, but again, if they've already figured somebody out, you know,
yes, Nina?
short of that.
What's that? Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So this is not anybody's salary, it's more for hiring a consultant to
consultant.
help with the search.
That's what I remember. But again, we can
Alright.
ask, we can ask that once we get
It
in.
could be that, or it could be supporting people that are moving into positions. In other words, there could be a transition period where there's more than one person
Well,
being paid out
Yeah,
of a
but
line
would-
item.
I think
but wouldn't
in
that be in
fact-
salaries then?
Well, if you want to.
no, as I recall, I believe that the chief's position is going to be backfilled with an existing employee, a deputy, but the deputies, they're gonna have to outsource recruitment costs to fill the deputy position, because it's a professional level position, you need certifications and such, and if I recall correctly, they were saying that originally this was slated for, recruitment fees to fill the chief's position, but now it's really gonna be just
For the
for the deputy position, but it's still gonna be the same
Okay, all right.
professional services.
Sounds good. That sounds familiar to me too, now that you mention that. Okay?
Okay, Terry?
No, I'll make a motion to accept the request by department for the select board.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye. Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye?
David, aye? Do we have a hard stop at 5:30 to get upstairs?
Yeah.
No, we're important, we can be late.
Okay, or down there?
Fashionably.
So, Chief Administrative Officer. Set by accounting. So Laura's left already, so it's going to.
So this assistant for human resources,
It's an-
is that a new position? Do you know,
Yes.
Melissa?
Yeah,
Yes,
Is this the position, like the assistant to, it's like the assistant chief administrative officer? Or is it?
yeah, in
And
a
training.
sense, in a sense. My understanding is that this position is gonna take over certain functions that the Chief Administrative Officer does now. These functions are gonna be separated out so that a person can focus on human resources and related job functions. And the person who's this administrative officer can focus better on other issues. So it's a compartmentalizing of a job that one person does now.
Okay, so this is in anticipation of Carl's retirement, that somebody is not going to come in and have breadth of knowledge and to help the person out.
This
coming in.
could substantially help that scenario.
Okay.
I don't know that it's strictly because of that scenario, I wouldn't say that, but it will substantially help that transitional period, I would say, in my opinion. So,
So today, there's no HR function in town hall, is that right? I mean, it's not really a designated HR
no,
individual, so I think the
this-
impetus is to
This is the
fill
direction
that
they're
void,
going.
right?
I believe so.
All right.
yeah, exactly. Because the need has increased over the years, more and more and more.
And with Carl's departure, even more so, we'll need somebody to manage that administrative function so that whoever replaces Carl can focus on, the things that he does and not personnel issues so much.
right.
Yeah, because HR function is just expanding and exploding. I just know at my workplace, their work
Compliance,
level.
benefits,
Oh,
salary
yes.
administration,
Yes.
personnel issues.
Yes.
Okay, and it's a personnel thing, so it's really kind of not necessarily in our bailiwick, so
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion on the operations, since that's only up, what, $50 or something from the requested by the department because it's only up $50 from the previous year.
And I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Commissioner Knight.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
All right.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
here's the explanation.
Oh, there you go.
Stiffs.
Finance Committee,
That looks level funded to me. I'll make the motion to, for the requested department.
I'll
requested
second.
by the department.
I'll second it.
any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
Legal,
Very slight increase total. Actually, my name be down. Could be down,
Negotiations
Total.
is slightly down.
yeah.
Legal operations is the same, and advertisement is down to 15. Why would,
Because we did you're saying that 17
yeah,
is higher because we had to transfer money into that during the course of the year.
right, we just did
oh,
that.
okay, so
Just did
17,
that a
15, so we
couple
are
of
gonna
meetings
fund
ago.
it
Yeah.
at 15, all
Yeah.
right.
So actually, they're knocking that number down a little bit for their requested number
Yeah.
compared to what they're gonna spend this year.
Back to where it was, say, last year, and if they
Yep.
need it, they'll request it,
Yep.
okay.
And I'll make a motion to accept the request by the department.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
Thank you. Board of Appeals, level funded. Salaries, operations, level funded.
So I'll make a motion to accept the requested by department.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
$511 level funded. We can go through pretty quick when they're like that.
Okay, annual town report, level funded.
I'll make a motion to accept the requested by department.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Have back door.
Richard,
Richard, aye. I'll have that.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
annual town report.
So,
There you go. Now you got it. It's a, it's our
Printing.
hard copy, correct?
That's the cost
Yeah.
of printing.
Yeah. So it's, there's no wiggle room there.
extremely impressive.
It is what it is, yeah, right.
Veteran services.
No, I pulled it this way before.
No, I understand.
All right, veteran services. Did we vote on that? We're all set with the annual town report?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, veteran services.
It's level funded, so I'll make a motion to approve the requested by department.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Art, aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, aye.
Okay. Channel 15. Remember, some of their operations are covered by money they collect, they receive through the Channel 15 program, correct?
So what we'd be approving though is not included in any of that revenue. This is strictly gonna be the budgetary cost of what we're seeing in front of us.
No, I think this includes, this
So
reflects.
there's offsets that we're not seeing here.
Yes, yes, yes. Remember, what is it, how much is it per, it's pennies per something that the Comcast collects from people in town and they put it into a budget for Channel 15 operations.
Subscribers.
And I believe that
Subscribers.
subscribers, good word. Yeah, so I don't know exactly, I'm thinking that the operations budget is pretty much covered by that fund.
Yeah, so it's just
Down,
the salaries piece, they have the explanation that they're restructuring the director position because of additional duties, so that goes from 5,000 to 13,200, offset by reduction in operations and capital line items. So let's go down to capital line items. Where's the capital line items where they said that,
All right, so they're moving about $7,000 around.
yeah, but it said offset by capital items, and then down in capital items, they have continued investment in outfitting town hall for broadcast and remote meeting support, so that sounds like an increase of 10,000. And capital, they have the budget, it was 35, and now the requested amount is 19, with 10 for the infrastructure.
I'm not sure that 10,000, is that reflected in the bottom line item in broadcast infrastructure?
Yeah, see, so their capital, they just had $35,000, and it was all in broadcast infrastructure, and that was in the 22 budget. And now the requested amount is 19, so it goes down, so they didn't, so it went down by 15, so it looks like the only thing they want is the 10 for any kind of upgrades they do for broadcasting. So I don't know what was in the 35 before. So
We
they've
can
got-
hold off on that if you want to talk to the select board.
Yeah.
I think it's
because
pretty-
it's confusing what it is anyway.
I think it's pretty straightforward, it's fairly simple, but we don't have the details, so we can ask them
Yeah.
on that.
Where's Paul? What do you need?
What else do we have?
Casualty insurance is the last thing.
Casualty insurance?
Casualty insurance?
Casualty insurance. I can rip this page out and send it down to you.
No, I got it, it's just out of
Okay, so that's a slight increase, $10,000 increase.
Correct.
Insurance going up? Who knew? Okay, we have a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve
I'll second
the
it.
requested.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, Art, aye.
Richard, aye.
Karen, I.
Terry, aye.
David, I.
Okay, I think we're pretty much all set for now. If we have the need to come back here after we meet with the select board, that's in the minutes, or in the agenda, correct? That we may reconvene here?
Correct.
Okay.
We have in order all of our things that we had on hold that we talked about.
Yeah, it's in order in here. Did you drop a budget document that reflects everything that we approved and everything that we put on hold, or no?
The only document I have is, oh, you mean right now, today? Like,
Yeah,
for today.
For tonight's meeting? Maybe they have it up there. They might have that, what I'm talking about. And, you know, you're new on this, so you probably aren't aware. Typically, when we get to this point, a budget document is drawn up. Yeah. We'll be right there.
Okay, we're still recording.
A budget document's drawn up that shows everything the select board approved, everything we approved, everything they disapproved, everything we disapproved. And it's all on one printout for each department. They may have that up there.
I'm guessing that's what they have. Actually, it looks like they're in the auditorium also.
That's
So,
fine. We
so
can go there.
the
All right.
minutes for
So I would
recording would-
suggest bring all of your paperwork.
Laura would be able to tell us.
Okay,
And we'll trundle over there and
okay. I have 5:37. The Finance Committee will convene at this time to attend the joint Select Board and Finance Committee joint budget meeting.